Welcome into episode number 3 from the Den SMP. This is a SMP server created for the Den members to play on, and the idea for today is this is the finale, and we're going to travel around and show off some of the cool things that have happened throughout the season. So we're going to start at spawn, and then we'll come back to here and show off the things that I've done, and then we'll go around and try to find everybody on the world to show off what they've done throughout the season. So bear with me, and we're gonna run to spawn. Here we are at spawn. At spawn, I made a little spawn host to give away stuff to people to start the game. Most of it was from N rating. So we just gave away some like armor and tools and some nether drops and some shulker boxes and stuff like that. But this leads into my first build. Oh yeah, the church, the very first church. I think it was a parrot that died. Yeah, that's right, from space. This was my starter house. I made a little shipwreck, or a ship. It's a really cool spot. I really enjoyed this mahogany or mangrove tree wood. I really like this palette. So I really enjoyed this build. It's something I might try to do again, maybe a little bit grander, a little bit better. But no, this was really cool. Another starter island over there. I don't quite remember. I think it was maybe Polar and a couple other people that came and went of starter houses. Really cool futuristic design, like a modern design. I like that a lot. And then there's another starter house over here. Bum, bum, bum. And I think this was Polar, was it? Nope. I don't know. But back over here at spawn, the first host from spawn would be right over this little bluff. Oh, that was Space's old house, sorry. And this is Mega Moose's base. Moose made a great big wooden chalet, or was working on it anyways, and he's got a cool little moose statue in his in his garden. Really cool. And I think down here around the corner, don't mind the creeper, he was working on like a mob zoo or some sort in around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but he was collecting like charged creepers and all these other mobs. Really cool. We'll go through the nether here in a minute from a different viewpoint. Oh yeah, down in there. Up over the hill here through the nether, through the mesa, we get into Space's territory, and Space was working on this great big long retaining wall. Did a lot of work here. Really cool, very intricate design. Which leads up to his starter base. In his starter base, and you can go back and watch, Space was streaming a lot of this on Twitch himself. And we're going to throw a lot of the links in the description of everybody that streamed on the Den SMP. But this was his starter house. There he is. Hi, Space. His little starter house, and he's been working on farms. What's this over here? Another cross? But we're just going to quickly get through as much as we can. Over here, we get into Mr. T-Man's base, and here's T's starter house. A lot of mesa blocks, some really cool designs. And T started to implement a lot of redstone into a lot of his builds as well. So like automatic doors and trapdoors and farms and stuff. This went into a bit more of a futuristic design of his own, and he's got a lot of redstone contraptions in here. Mob farm up here. I think he was working on a super smelter underground here somewhere too. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Another mob farm up there. Oh yeah, a super smelter down here. Really, really intricate work for redstone for him as well. Really cool. T-Man also worked on a lot of paths basically during streaming too. So he's all these roads and connecting roads from people's bases in the overworld. T-Man's done a lot of this live on stream. A lot of work. Not only in the overworld, but in the nether as well. But we go back up over the hill to lilBoom's base up here on top of the hill. A lot of cherry trees and cherry wood. Really nice design. Really intricate. Like it a lot. Boom was on a lot earlier in the season. Again, you'll find a lot of things like this. People will generally try to push early in the season, but it's cool. It's nice that we've had a lot of engagement in the world and a lot of people online. Oh, this is all a tiered farm. I had no idea. Oh, cool. That's a little wheat farm. I didn't even know he had that there. We'll go over to towers here in a minute. And Space is live with me here on... We're doing this live on Twitch, and Space is... The first tunnel was a hassle to build, but worth it. Yeah, Space and T-Man together did a lot of these tunnels. Absolutely. But from here, I think we're trying to find... no, that's Space's. I get disorientated because I wasn't over this area a whole lot. But I believe this goes into some of Tower's builds. Yes, this is Tower. Tower is a crazy builder. He's got all these beacons. This is all, again, all done in hardcore or hard mode survival. I believe this was his starter house with starter builds, but then he worked on some bigger things. This big donut in the sky, all these cool towers. Again, all done by hand, all dug out by hand. And Tower's got farms all over the Jazz and some shops in the shopping district. We'll get to the shopping district in a minute. But we're looking for Mr. Moon's house, which is up around the corner here somewhere. Next, we're coming to Mr. Moon's house. And Mr. Moon, of course, is the leader of the pack, the captain of the den. And this was his starter house. Really cool design. I like this a lot. This reminds me of a lot of his older design on a different world that we were on together. And Moon spent a lot of time streaming on this world as well. He streamed, I want to say, 3 nights a week for a couple months. It was really cool to see all the engagement. So we went from his house over to his barn. In his barn, I remember watching Cat streaming one day, and Cat actually might have brought a creeper into the barn and just about killed the horses. But it all got repaired and put back together. No harm, no foul. Up around the corner here too, somewhere, is Mr. Moon's fishing hut. He spent a lot of time fishing, and threw all of his extra drops in here for people to take if they like. But directly through the fishing hut, you can see over in the distance is Gypsy's base. Gypsy now goes by Harmony, but Harmony made this really cool graveyard. I absolutely adore this graveyard. All these redstone contraptions she put in here are temporarily not working, but things were hopping up and down and scaring you and noises going off. It was really cool. A lot of work she put into this. I really enjoyed this a lot. But this leads right into her base. Her base is a very beautiful design. Again, it's something that is well beyond something I could do. It's very intricate and really well thought out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design, and so colorful. I would never think to do a lot of this stuff. But the reds and the purples and the black, like, it just all well goes together. I really, really enjoyed this a lot. Harmony also spent a lot of time streaming from this world. So again, if I haven't said this, we'll try to put everybody's links in the description of people that were on either making YouTube or doing Twitch content. But from here, we're going to have to travel the world and try to find some other bases. And now we're magically at Duff's house. Duff is my buddy, him and Captain, and I believe, I can't remember his screen name. I know what his real life name, but Captain's husband was on too. And a really cool, I love the block palettes. I love the idea, the attention to detail that Duff puts into his builds, like open shutter doors. Like, who thinks of that, really? The block palette, it's just a flat wall, but it looks like there's so much texture in all the builds. Really, really cool. The first time I came by here, he was working on this clock tower. Yes, this clock tower. Amazing. Just simply amazing. Like, it looks like glass. It looks like there's depth. Yeah, it looks like there's depth in the clock face and everything. Really cool. I can't imagine doing this by hand. All done, again, all done in survival, all done without the help of creative. We're in creative now, but that's not how this was made. Very cool design. I love it's like almost like Oriental style too, with the curved cornings on the top of the buildings. And then down here, it looks like a greenhouse or an atrium. Again, a really cool design, another cool little farm. I'm assuming Duff was really good at making a lot of farms. And there's more for him in the shopping district too when we finally get there. But as far as captains, I think Captain's base might be like 14,000 billion miles that way in the nether. I'm not sure if we can get there. We'll try. Here, back between Spawn and the shopping district, is the first host by MissB. MissB is a good friend of Harmony, and when she came on, she made this little like fishing shack, but it's so colorful. It's really eye-catching. I really enjoyed it. And there is a tunnel that goes over to the shopping district. Now, this shopping district, this Mushroom Island, is the whole reason that we had picked this seed. Is I wanted a island that was completely safe in order for people to make farms or make shops. So we turned this Mushroom Island into a shopping district. And the first shop I come to belongs to Whimsical Cat. Cat made a flower shop, and she made this cat statue, man. So good, this cat statue. The tonal variety, the ears have banners inside of them. It's really cool. Really cool. She got help by Harmony and put an actual redstone powered flower farm in the basement to make all their dyes. Really good idea. Inside of her shop, she sells all the dyes in different colors and different flowers. Next, I believe this is MissB's house. I'm not sure. She was selling like colored blocks, like terracottas and glass and stuff like that. So she has a little redstone door you walk into, and you can buy all the different types of glasses. And then it's like you're not supposed to be behind the scenes. But the amount of color and the amount of detail she's put into all these different builds, like cauldrons to do different things. Really cool. Like I don't see the game in colors like this. It's pretty amazing. This keeps wrapping around to more like little pods of her house, like little mushroom builds. It's really cool, really intricate. I'm not quite sure what this was, but this is also part of MissB's. It looks like some kind of automated something or other, maybe? I don't know. You'd have to ask her. Next shop you come to around this corner would be Mr. Crimson Moon. Mr. Crimson Moon was selling like random drops that were left over. So like leftover stone and leftover wood and leftover things like that. So these were all things he was trying to sell. Everything with 3 diamonds a stack, stuff like that. So if you wanted to come build and you didn't have enough stone, you could come here and grab all your blocks. And then Mr. Moon and Harmony kind of played a lot together, and this kind of turned into their new base because they were so close to everybody else. So it was really cool to see. This goes over to Miss Harmony's shop. And I honestly am not quite sure what she was selling. This is like a little shanty shack. And it actually goes down into her storage room underground. But this tower and all these builds, it's really intricate, really cool designs. Going into her shop, and again, I can't quite remember what her shop sold. Candles and terracotta. Oh yeah, that's right, all the different types of terracotta. And we go into Mr. Polar's house. Very amazing design. And Polar actually had one of the first mini games in the server as well, where I think it was for Easter, he hid around a whole bunch of shulker boxes in the shopping district to find. It was really fun, really fun. I found one up inside the bell tower, but there was like 12 of them and I couldn't find them at all. We tried it on stream and I still couldn't find them. Inside here, he had a witch farm, I believe, and a raid farm. So he was selling drops from the different farms, a bartering farm as well, I do believe. And I used to shop a fair amount because he was selling redstone as well. Really cool design. I think actually Moose came over and helped him design the interior of the building. So we'll see Moose had a shop up around the corner where he was selling help with design work. Here as well for Polar was a game that he designed, and I never ever did get him to show me how it worked. Something to do with you pressing the button would release gravel, and the idea was to cover again, I'm not quite 100% sure, but all this redstone worked 100%. I think it's like Connect 4. Yeah, it blows my mind. If you understand the redstone, feel free to tell me. There's a bee shop. I'm not sure exactly who made the bee shop. There is a giant ghast. There's another food mart. There's a restaurant here by Space, I believe. Hi, Space. Selling potions and different types of foodstuffs. Oh yeah, the menu up here. That's right. That's right too. I forgot about that. Over here is Mr. Zetec made a book emporium. Very helpful early game, especially to get all your gear up. If you didn't have a farm, he had all these different books and enchantments and different tools, all from villager trading. So all the different books you could ever need were all done up through him, for Zetec. The first shop in the whole shopping district was this rocket. Was actually by Tower. Tower made the rocket shop up here, and it was funny. The first iteration of the shop had no way up here unless you had rockets to fly up here to buy rockets. It was kind of funny. Like it was like rocketception. The next was he made a ocean monument shop. Just out of render distance, he has an actual farm right around the corner, and he was selling all the drops here. Again, a really cool design. I think I've seen something like this actually on Hermitcraft of all places. So really cool. You come into the eye of the Guardian to get all the drops. Really cool. Next, one of the earlier things in this district was, unfortunately, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful skull that Polar made. And unfortunately, there was some griefing done and the skull was destroyed. And you'll have to bear with me because these are the horns of the dragon, and the dragon face came way out to here. And the idea was that you came in and out of the dragon to come in and out of the portal to go to the shopping district. The other thing is down here, you can see Space looking around, is, he made a, like a dragon egg museum. And again, we're in creative, so I'm teleporting through to the nether super quick, so you have to bear with me. I'm not accustomed to being creative. Yeah, we'll fall down here. And he made this little dragon egg. And again, it goes all the way down. I think in his mind, like, these were the eggs of the dragons that spawned into the overworld, and this is a skull from the dragon. Again, Polar actually produced this live on Twitch one night too. So there's lots of members here on the den that streamed throughout the whole thing. Over here was my shop. I did a chest shop. You could buy chests or ender chest or shulker boxes. I made a shulker farm, and I basically the shells were free, but the chests cost a lot of money. So you could get you could get shells for free in the chests, but the chests cost a lot of diamonds. And there's Mr. Moon in chat watching me on Twitch. Hi, Mr. Moon. Thank you for stopping in. There's a couple things here that were like work in progress that just never quite get done. And that happens a lot, especially on bigger servers. I started making this game over here, Spleef. So you would run around on, on the drip leaves. And again, this wasn't quite completed. We started doing this like one of my last streams on Twitch. But by that time, the player base just wasn't here to bother playing it. Again, you can see the Motion Monument Farm in the background that supplied the shop. Over here, we come into, of course, Duff's build. Duff, of course, you can kind of tell now that you've seen his base when you come into a Duff build. And he was selling books in here as well. if I could handle flying. So yeah, very intricate design. You go upstairs and all the books were actually like in a library up here. In these bookshelves. You could buy all the different books. Really cool, like a really thick carpet design with these coral fans. I really enjoyed this a lot. Next thing over here isn't actually a shop at all. It was meant to be my main base. And it's like in the various stages of progress. It's still in the design phase. I don't tend to like do a lot of this stuff in creative. I just do it on the fly, and I was doing it live. So I was building a base over here that was going to turn into a bunch of shops and into some mini games. I just only got so far. That's fine. I put a ton of work into this. And each of these towers, most of these towers have like farms and redstone stuff put inside of them. So a sculk farm and a stone generator and a bamboo farm and a mob farm and all the different things. And this was going to be the layout of a castle build. Again, it didn't happen, but I'm still happy with the progress that we did make. Probably the thing that I use the most in the entire world is my starting soon screen. So, so anytime that I started a stream, I started it right from here as we did today. And you could watch this as I got ready for the stream. Also, I had on the flip side a little be right back. Something I'm going to start to implement a lot more on all of my builds, or all my worlds. From here, let's go try to find Zetec's base. Here in the Nether, we are into Zetec's area, and Zed has made a huge bartering farm. And this might not look like much from here, but I want to tell you, it's all items sorted out to all the different drops, and it's all been done in the Nether. Really cool. But this leads into Zetec, and Zed loves making farms. He loves making big builds, and he's really good at it. So Zed doesn't do anything part way. We'll get into here, and he's got like some game-breaking things he's done. He started with a witch farm, because this is a mangrove swamp, and he cleared out all this area and spawn-proofed it with water so that he could have an active witch farm. Or slime farm, sorry, inside of this base. You can see the iron golem would attract all the slimes. And then that went into his gold farm. He's got a giant gold farm inside of this hill. Super active gold farm. Double portal, and his auto killer is super amazing. But it's all designed to the nines. It's all intricately designed. Zetec has done a dramatic amount of work. And then if you see behind me, or up on top of the hill, is his villager trading setup. Again, this is all just decorative. There's a iron farm that's broken right now, it looks like, but there's all the villager setup on the inside, and then it's all designed well on the outside. All color shaded and color code. Oh, it's just crazy. Then of course his bamboo, or in his cactus farms. And then this gets into this crazy build, and all these different, he's been working on this for months and months and months. All these different platforms. His the build he always usually does for his bamboo farm with slime pushers, that's really cool. And again, there's so much, like I could spend an hour just here talking about what Zetec's done. But we need to get around and see everybody. Super amazing. This is one of his last builds. I believe this is his super smelter setup. So we can get in here on creative. Yeah, his super smelter setup. So it pulls all the drops from up top, and everything's on water streams. It's really cool. Really well done. And the thing about Zetec is everything is so well designed. And everything goes together and flows together. And he spent time thinking about every angle and every location. I really enjoyed it. Let's go to try to find Jackal's house. Just down the shore from Zetec's house is actually Jackal's house. I think Jackal's house actually started over here on this beach, but he's moved it all underground, and it's going to be kind of hard for me to show this off here on channel or on the episode here, but he's got all this work and all these tunnels down underground. He's moved everything down here, and he's done a lot of work underground. And Jackalville. A lot of design. I'm still not exactly sure. I didn't spend a lot of time over here, so I'm not sure where everything is, and I'm not really doing it justice. But just be aware of that Jackal has done a lot of space. No! Fried chicken. Get out while you still can. It's not safe in here. But let's get back into the Nether and try to find some more builds. Actually, just upstream from Mr. Moon's house here, a couple of blocks away, well, more like 500 blocks away, we've come across a village which is the secret hideout of Miss Whimsical Cat. I was almost called her Mystical Cat. But down underground, Cat is basically new to Minecraft, or she had played it before, but not for many, many years. So she's done a lot of work here to be part of the community, and she's made this huge, really well thought out base. And the best part of her whole base is all these cats. She had all these cats going around everywhere, and she's got them all named. So Kat was doing this live on stream, and her viewers were to actually get to name the cats that appeared on screen. So from Misty to Mystical Cat to Moondance, and I know there's many, many, many more. Luna, Smokey, Charlotte. I'm pretty sure there's a mozzarella around here somewhere too. And then on top of that, I think there's a whole bunch of stuff down here. I wasn't actually able to see all. Oh yeah, a storage room and all kinds of stuff. So it's not always about being the fanciest and the coolest and all that. It's about spending the time with your friends on the server. So I really enjoyed all the time watching Kat play Minecraft. And here we come across Gamble's house. Really cool. I think this is the first time I've seen it. I really enjoy the color combination. I have not been here before. Really interested. I like this a lot. Like a little wooden chateau. Again, it's so cool to see all these places around the server that I had no idea even existed. All these farms set up. What does the sign say over here? Gamble. Cool. I think Gamble actually streamed as well, if memory serves me. But again, we'll try to get everybody's links in the description. And here we've come to Pancake's area. Another cool build. A very cherry build. Pandora's house! Yay! And first thing you come into, it looks like an iron farm, I'd assume. Yeah, there's the cat killer. Yeah, another like a village build. And I know that, oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I like this a lot. All the new flowers, the sniffers, and her house. The cherry tree really added a lot there, like that update. What? Bamboo farm, melon and pumpkin farm, storage room. Yeah, really cool. But let's keep on the search looking for more and more houses. Out about a 10 million mile block travel in the Nether, we come to Captain Fajita's base, and Captain's done a lot of like tunneling and nether digging and stuff like that. I know very well that I'm not going to do her justice by trying to explain to you what's all here, but needless to say, there's a ton of farms, a lot of thought's been put into a lot of stuff. There is a lot of decorations, and a lot of planning has gone on into things. But I don't think I could possibly show you everything that's in here without her here to show it to you. But there's all these interior designs, there's little red herrings, a lot of designs, a lot of fish tanks. There's a big lake or pond out front that's all been decorated. Like this whole lake has all been decorated. And of course, Captain's usually does a lot of help or work with with Duff that you saw earlier in the episode as well. So a quick conclusion, thanks all to everybody that participated in this season of the Den SMP. It's been a huge amount of fun. Again, it's so fun to see. I was very engaged when I went to try to log in and the server was full, or if it was 9 out of 10 people on a Wednesday afternoon. Like, it's been very cool to see. A lot of people spent a lot of time on this, and it's really meant a lot to me. So thanks all to everybody from Tower to Polar, to Duff, to MissB, to T-Man, to Zetec, to Moon, to Space. It's so many people. Harmony, to Cat. There's so many people. Again, thank you all. Check out the Den on Discord. It'll be in the link. And again, send some love to a lot of the people that have been streaming here on this server. All their names should hopefully be in the description of this video, and if you liked what you see, go check them out. Thanks everybody, and let's look forward to the next chapter of whatever we do here, either on Twitch or on YouTube.